Hello guys, I'm Krishna and I welcome you all on behalf of CSI chapters vcode of Vit-Ap University. We'll take a look at a very important topic today of Python. Not as you expected, Java. You expected Java, um, if I am not wrong. But no, today because of some technical error, we are gonna cover Python question. So yeah, let's start with the question, and our topic is exception handling in Python. You may already know about exception handling in Java because it's pretty common thing which we did in Java. Like I have covered exception handling in Java for like 5 to 6 times. So if you don't know about exception handling in Java, you can refer to those videos. And today, yeah, for the first time, we'll take a look at a exception handling in Python. Okay, so let's begin with an example. So for doing it, let's say I am defining a variable of type boolean which is valid, and let's set its value to false. Okay, so yeah, if you don't know the type, which data type is of valid, so you can just check it anytime. You can just check it, and if we run this, you may see it is of class boolean. So the data type it is boolean. Data type of valid it is boolean, which is false. Okay, so what I'm thinking to do is like I wanna print something out if some condition is true. So for doing that, I'll use while loop. So while not valid. So what does this line means? It means execute while loop until the value of valid is true. It means like this. Okay, and within this while loop, I am using try statement. What does try statement do? It wants a Python interpreter that you may expect some error in the following piece of code, and if you get this error, so do this. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll define an integer n. Okay, and I'm gonna take it from the user, and let's just enter a number. And what I'll do, I'll use one more while loop. This may seem pretty confusing, but yeah, believe me, it's worth it. The knowledge you will get is worth it. Okay, so what I'm trying to do, while the integer which we take from the user, if it is even, okay, if it is even, we have to print out something. So in our case, let's print out CSI Vit-Ap. Okay, and now let's change the value of valid to true. And now this try block, it is followed by except block. What this except block does, it catches. It is kind of like catch block. If you don't know about catch block, just think like this. If you have any error in this, any exception or error in this try block, so what to do then? Try block, it is used so that your program doesn't stop, or it doesn't throw any error. So this except block, it is used because when you get any error, you have to tell a Python interpreter if you get some exception or error in this try block. So what you have to do, we have to define in this except block. Okay, and here we can define the type of error also. So in my case, I am defining value error. If you do not define any type of error, then it will work for every case, but it may use more CPU usage. It'll have more CPU usage because it'll check on every type of exception one by one, and it'll take some time. So yeah, I am defining except block only for value error, and what it does, it just prints out invalid. And if you look carefully to this code, there is some issue with our code. There is some error, not error, but yeah, there is some issue with our code. If we run this, we'll get into some trouble. So you try to figure out what is the trouble in this code, what is it we did wrong, so that it won't work as we expected. Okay, you have 5 seconds to pause the video and post your answer in the comment section. Yeah, so if we run our code, you may see, first of all, it is asking me for a value. So let's say I'm giving it 8. So you may see it is running out endlessly. Unless we stop it manually, it will run out endlessly. Why is that? Because in our code, if we look over here, it will print CSI Vit-Ap when the value of while it is even. But in our case, the value of, we have given the value 8. Value of n, it is equal to 8. And we are not changing the value of n. It is 8 constantly for infinite time. We are not changing the value of n, and what we are doing when the value of n is even, print out CSI Vit-Ap, and we are not changing the value of n. So therefore, if we input a even number, then the value of CSI Vit-Ap, it will print endlessly. And if we give any odd number, yeah, it won't work because we didn't find anything for a odd number. So for doing that, what we can do, we can change the value of n. So I'm changing the value of n as follows. The n is equal to n divided by 2. Okay, I'm changing the value of n to n divided by 2. So the value of n, it will get half at every step. And if we run this code this time, we won't face any error. You can see CSI, it is printing CSI Vit-Ap only 3 times, not infinite number of times or not endlessly. And I didn't terminate this. I didn't terminate the code. As you can see, when we terminate the code, we'll get something like this. Okay. So yeah, how is it happening? How is our code working? So you can see, I entered 8. So it is an even number. So what our code will do, it will execute this while loop, and yeah, it will print CSI Vit-Ap for the first time. And after that, the value of n, it will change to 4. So therefore, it will again execute our while loop and print CSI Vit-Ap. Now we are changing our value from 4 to 2. Again, it will print CSI Vit-Ap one more time, and then we are changing from value 2 to 1. Value of n from 2 to 1. So 1, it is odd number. So our code, it won't go into while loop. It will execute next line, which is valid is equal to true. And now we change the value of valid, which was false. And this while loop, it will terminate as soon as the value of valid it gets to true, because this while loop, the while loop which is starting at line number 3, it is executing only when the value of valid is false. But as soon as n hit 1, the value of valid, it changes to true. Therefore, while loop which starts at line number 3 won't execute any further. Therefore, our code will end. So I hope it was clear to you guys. If you still have any doubt, you can just ask us in the comment section. You have like 11 WhatsApp groups. You can ask your doubts in those WhatsApp groups also. We have our core members. Any vcode core member would be more than happy to help you. And you can also post your doubts in the comment section if you face any difficulties. You can also take a look at our previous videos, because we have more than 130 videos on our channel. So you can take a look at that if you wanna learn Java or Python. We have covered like mostly all the topics which are essential for you guys. Yeah, and if you have any doubt, you can always reach us out in our WhatsApp group. So we are also planning to have our Discord server where you can ask your doubts from, like, you'll have a community. We are working on it, and we'll get to that later. Yeah, till then, bye bye. See you guys in our next video. Thank you.